Hey y'all, Jean here. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jean Roberts and I live in Kenmore, Alberta, Canada. At this moment, I am visiting a friend in Niagara Falls, and I just, had this thing playing in my head. Sometime you win and sometime you lose. And today I had both. Um, I lost the head of my mic today, and it was in my pocket. And I thought that I lost it somewhere when I pulled the things out of my pockets, that it fall out. But when I returned home, my housemate said to me that she found it on the floor somewhere by the basement, and she brought it up and put it on the table for me. So I win, I lost, and then I win. And here I am trying my mic again. Yesterday I did this two things where I didn't turn it on. And you know what? And that is all right. That is all right. I just do it again. That is all right. That's what I do. I take a deep breath, I release my frustration, and I start again. And that is the truth about beginning again by starting over. You take a deep breath, you assess the situation, you might be frustrated. You take a moment to be frustrated. You might be disappointed. You take a moment to be disappointed. You might be angry. You take a few moments to be angry. Maybe you might, a whole anger might take you out for a day, or your frustration might take you out for half a day, and your disappointment might take you out for quarter of the day, right? Either way, spend some time in your emotion, whatever that emotion is, whatever you're feeling, but do not allow it to drive the bus. Do not allow it to take over. Do not allow it to be the person in front. Don't. Give it some time. I usually give myself, 10 to 5 minutes. There was a time, my emotion, whether it's frustration, anger, disappointment, hurt, heartbreak, whatever it is, it could, there was a time when it would take me out maybe an entire month, you know. But none of those things take me out anymore. Even depression doesn't take me out because I never get full-fledged depressed anymore. My depression, operate like a, it operates sometimes um beneath, like I know that it's there, but it doesn't run the show. So me and that, we have like a little bit of a relationship. It's like, hey, I know you're there, but today I'm choosing to be wonderful. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing to um, follow my bliss. And it is a choice. And I'm making that choice. I'm making that choice to not allow it to run the show. So, however, I wanted to speak on, do not allow all your past disappointment, do not allow that to stop you from moving forward. Almost just what I said a few minutes ago. We talk about disappointment, frustration, anger, all these things. Do not let anything that happened in your past, do not let it dictate and stop you from doing what you want to do for the present and for your future. Do not let that happen. You might say, a lot of people always say, it didn't work before, right? It just didn't work before. I tried it 10 times and it didn't work. And you might say, it's too late. It's just never going to happen. You have given up on yourself. You have given up on the idea. You have given up on the thing. And the truth is, we cannot allow our past, and I'm going to use the word failure for lack of a better word right now. It's supposed to be, do not let your past performance dictate, your life right now, or do not let it stop you from moving forward. And I say performance because technically, as a human being, us ourselves as human, we are not failures. you know um I mean, everybody run around complaining, I'm a failure, you a failure, I'm a failure, I feel like this, I feel like that, I feel like this. And the truth is, me personally and you're not a failure. It is not about failing, it is about performance. So whatever it is was done, may not have done in the way that would get you to win the race, or get you to win whatever it is, or get you to where you wanted to go. It's about the performance. It's not us as itself. Like when we spend time, sitting in that space of, I have failed and life has given me, has dealt me the wrong hand, and there is no way I can go forward. I could not win at anything because I got the wrong, I was dealt the wrong hand. I was dealt whatever it is you want to slot in here. You were dealt X, Y, and Z, and life is not fair. Dude, here, I can tell you, no, it's probably not fair for none of us. But the truth is, we cannot allow all that heartache and trouble and mush keep us down. And I think that's the thing about sometimes our humanness. We give up. We give up on ourselves. We give up on the things that we wanted. We give up because we feel that we have failed before, right? Here is an example of, like, I usually, I'm a walker. I do a lot of walking, and I'm always in the space of physical exercise and physical workout and all these things. Um, Years ago, I remember I had a trainer. I had a personal trainer that I used to go to, and she used to make me run around in the gym. Oh my God, I didn't like that at all. I was running up, I was running down, I was running here, I was, it was a lot. It was so much. And although I end up going often, at one point I stopped going when I got, like really into the nice shape I wanted to. I stopped going. And and then finally in 2022, I actually decided to go to CrossFit. And CrossFit is kind of like similar. They make you do what do you call it? A circuit? You do the circuit, right? Where you do one workout here, one workout there, and one workout here. So you may do some weight, you may do some burpees, and then you go and run around the block, and you come back and you do the same thing. And honestly, I like working out, like I really do. But it wasn't really my thing. I really didn't, I was like, oh my God, when I leave there, I'm so exhausted. I want to come home and lie down and take a nap, right? But in January of this year, 2026, I decided to revisit weight in a different way. And there is this woman in my area, in my neighborhood, that is she's a personal trainer, and she's doing group training. And her group training has to do with the fact that, she's doing women that is in perimenopausal, menopausal, and postmenopausal, right? So right away, you know that she's dealing with women that is already grown folks business, right? And apart from that, she's also so everybody that comes to her class is really basically over 40, right? And which is really good. I think right now she has someone that is coming to help train, become a trainer as well, that is around 30 years old, but she's a trainer, we don't mind. But when we train with weights, like, I remember when I just start, it was messy. I show up. Some days I feel like I did something. Some days I feel like I didn't do anything. Some days I feel like it was hard. Some days I felt like I am getting stronger. But the one thing I learned, well, I learned a few things actually, but one of those things that I've learned is that I just had to show up. And when I show up, I do it in the space that I'm in. So if I was tired, I did it in that kind of, oh, I'm tired. I'm just barely making it here. If I had all the energy, I did that. If I was the in between, I did that. I stopped judging myself. There was no one in there to compare myself to because we were all in our menopausal, happy life. So I didn't have to compare myself. Um, all the women's, I mean, I may be black, they all are white, but we all had, this one thing in common. We're here to lift weights to become stronger, not, well, fitter as well, but not thinner, stronger, right? and so today, so I was doing this since January, and as I say, I show up in however I am, whether I'm in the mood, I'm not in the mood, in my feelings, I'm not in my feelings. I show up to my classes because I like a lot my personal trainer, and I like the way she trained. And I'm saying all of that to say that today I'm not really on holiday, and it's not really a vacation. I'm visiting a sick friend, and which is hard in itself. So it's important for me to come out and, do some exercise and, like really get my mind right. So today I went to do, and I've been doing a lot of walking, but today I went to the gym. And normally a gym, it's called LA Fitness right here on Niagara Falls. And, before a gym, that big would intimidate me. Everything about it would just intimidate me, even, in my younger years. And here I am in my 60, and I walk into that gym like a boss. Why? Because I knew how to lift all the weights. I know how to take care of myself, um, because someone taught me how to do it properly. How to stand properly, how to bend properly, what to do, right? So when I go in, how to stretch, how not to stretch, all these things. I know how to do my sets, how many of my sets that I'm doing, how many reps that I'm doing. And today, when I was doing the fly, when you lean forward and you're doing this, pulling the weight just back like this, today I was doing 15 pounds in each hand. And I remember when I started, I couldn't even do a 5 pound because my right shoulder would not even come back. It wasn't moving back. And whatever it is was wrong with my right shoulder. Today I recognize that whatever was wrong with my right shoulder, it's no longer there, and I'm realizing it's a possibility. Um, it's just that my before I started, it's just that that part of my body was so tight from not moving. And when I start doing the weight pull, like with hand weights and pulling it back, um, it may have just kind of walk out whatever was going on with my shoulders, because my shoulders is no longer paining me, and it no longer feel as weak as it used to at all, because it was so weak I couldn't lift it as high as this one, or I don't even know which one anymore, because they working so well, right? Excellent for me, so I'm really happy for that. So my point is, I had tried those things before. I've tried, as I say, I went to um, um, fitness. I went to do, I was doing fitness, and and all of these kind of a things. And but anyways, and I thought there was just no way. I saw older women and younger women lifting weight, and I never really realized that. Um, me trying again without telling myself that I'm a loser, because it didn't work for me before. But now that I started in January, and we are in March, like we are what, on the 20, almost at the end of March, and I have stick with it. I go 2 days a week, and the result is like phenomenal. Like the result, like look, the result is just amazing. Like it's huge, it's big, it's really working for me. It gives me a lot of strength, although I feel like I need a bit of a massage. I definitely need a little bit of a massage, and I need to lose a bit of my, well, I don't need to lose anything. I feel like it's going to work itself out if I just stay with the program and I continue lifting weights and not make an excuse no matter where I am in the world. Like you can find a gym anywhere. You can actually even just go to a hotel and they have gyms in the hotel. Um, you can go for walks. I've been doing a lot of walking, but I must say it helps a lot going to the gym. So the thing is, I really want to tell you guys, do not let your past, stop letting your past dictate what you're doing in the present, because so many of us just sit in that disappointment for so long, and that anger sometimes for so long, or the hurt of it for so long. The amount of women I hear tell me, I'm never going to be in another relationship. I don't want any man because, I've been treated X, Y, and Z. And listen, all man is not the same, and we should know that. And the fact that we are growing, we should also know that. So a relationship that we had 10 years ago that didn't work out because the guy was a bit of a dick doesn't necessarily mean that a relationship 10 years now ahead, in the moment is going to be the same. For one, you're a different person because you went through heartbreak. You understand and you know what it's like to sit in that pain. You know, and if you can allow yourself to go through heartbreak, I got to tell you a secret. It opens your heart. It opens your heart. It doesn't mean that you're not going to feel disappointment and hurt and all of these things as you move forward in life, but the heartbreak is never going to be the same, you know because when you shatter your heart, the way I understand it for myself, coming into the space of the way I understand heartbreak in my own experience, when my heart had shattered, like shattered, I felt like I was looking down on the earth, and there was just pieces of glass all over the place. It was just like a window pane. When a window pane fall to the ground and shattered, almost all the glass stay inside of the window pane, but it's all broken. And I remember looking down and looking at it's like I was looking at this metaphor that represent my heart, how much it has been broken. And it wasn't easy to sit inside of that, to really sit inside of my heartbreak until I understood that love is love. And love, there is no attachment. And when you start to have attachment and demands and expectation, then it's not that anymore. It becomes something else. It become control. It become a fight. It become where we want what we want to be in control. And so for me personally, coming back to me, I believe that when your heart is broken, and that is the language we usually use, shattered, um, it is an opportunity to sit in it so that you could actually benefit, really benefit what it actually has to offer. Because when you can sit in it and you don't try to run past it or climb over it or go under it, when you can sit inside of it, you would see the beauty of your heart, and you would understand that that is just your heart just actually opened. That's what it is. Your heart just actually opened, you know. It opened to something different. It opened to the story of your life. It opened to tell you that love, you are capable of that. And no one can shatter your heart like that again because it's already done. So stop being afraid and stop saying that, oh, I would never be with another man, and I would never be in a relationship, and I would never X, Y, and Z because someone had, actually tamper with your trust. Come back to the table and understand the only person you need to trust is yourself. And when you can trust yourself. Inexplicably, I am practicing big words. Yeah, I know. When you can actually um, trust yourself deeply, 100%, above all else, no matter what come into your life or what don't come into your life, as long as you have trust for yourself, you would know when it's good and when it's bad, and when you don't have to worry about it and when you have to worry about it. You would know that, because the trust that we looking for, the trust that we seek, and have to come from ourselves. I know for sure that I trust myself and I trust the people in my life. And if, say for instance, one of the people in my life do something that is mistrustful, or they do something that lead me to question the way that I trust them, then it's on them. It's not on me. We have to learn to know what is our responsibility, what is ours, and what is not ours. When another person betray you, it's not you. It is the other person. It's on them. It's not on you, you know? And so I'm going to leave you guys here with this today. Stop letting your past, whatever it is that happened there, your mistakes, your lack for a better word, your failures, your heartbreak, your trauma, your drama, your hurt, your anger, your pain, your frustration, whatever it is that happened in the past, all these things you're going to get in the future as well. But all the mistake you think you have made, or all the things that didn't work out, you didn't get to buy the house, or the money fall through, you didn't get the car, you didn't make the baby with the specific man that you wanted to have the baby with, you didn't get the job, you haven't lost the weight, um, you haven't started walking, or you have done so 100 times but it didn't work out, the diet didn't work, you have done 100 diets and they haven't worked, so you give up, but you're still alive. And that's it. You're still alive. You're still here. And you still have, for me, I'm in the third act of my life. You may just be in the second act of your life. So you have that whole life to look forward to and to live, right? So stop being a bit of a dick and do not let all the past shit hamper what you want to do. Do not make that your excuse, okay? So do less, be more of who you are, and subscribe to my channel, and like my channel, and share my channel, because I have good content, right? I prefer to sit and chat because it works better for me. Thank you guys. Anyways, I'm going to say have a good day.